how to cheat at creating repeating gradients in Photoshop. You can create designs like this where the gradients repeat as they go out. However, unfortunately, Photoshop doesn't have that feature. Doesn't have a repeat feature. I wish it did, but it doesn't. So view, and I'm going to clear my guides. So how to create the gradient? Just go over to the gradient tool. Once you've done that, and I'm using radial. You could of course use linear, etc. Though it's a bit trickier with the angle feature. Click there, and what you've got now, you'll see a gradient that is all transparent. This is a transparent stop. You can add transparent stop, simply just click along the top bar and add stop there and make certain the opacity is 0. Likewise, the far end, have that as 0 as well for the stop. This is the opacity line or opacity stops. Here are all the colours. So I've got here red, I've got yellow, green and blue, and they're all crammed in between. And also I've got a black there as well as a black there for the colour range, and they're 100%. So everything in there is 100%, everything outside is 0%. And also there's an end gap. You need that as well of 0%. So 0, 100, 100, 0, and then the colours in between. Now you can save that, just quickly click new and you've got your little design there. And you of course could have any number of gradients, and you can stretch this panel out. So you can, to a degree, get a lot more colours in there. And you can add other colours. So if you want, click there, add a purple. Click there and add other colours. Whole range of different colours can be added in that very small range, I agree. However, click OK. Now to make a central design where you've just got the radial option here, I think the easiest way is to go for View and go for New Guide Layout. Now I've got 20 by 20 in this one. The reason I'm going to show you this quickly first, so I'm not really certain where the centre is at this point, but what you can do, you can actually go say for 2 across and release, and you can see your gradient there. Go across again another 2 cells, so you can make a more uniform design. However, you will notice the trouble with this, and there is no way around it, it will always expand out that. I don't think there's any workaround in terms of radial anyway to get around that. And you can see you get a nice uniform, but unfortunately it does of course stretch each time. And of course you'll get to some point where you got 2 there and it will just crunch in very close. However, they are all uniformly out, but just stretched. So you've got that design. So View and Clear Guides first. View, New Guide Layout. I could say Clear Existing Guides would have been helpful, and click OK. So you've got that now. What you can do, you can simply just drag out at any position. Doesn't matter. So you can create quickly a gradient. Now, of course, it's not going to be uniform unless you get it exactly right, but you can see the result. You can create a nice repeating design there. So you've got all the purples all the way to the yellow and red, purple all the way yellow and red, and so on, going outwards. What you can also do, if say you go for linear, you can do the same. Now you can drag out like that, and you can see as you drag that out, it will stretch. So you end up with the colour scheme like that. However, it is easier to do it with this gradient, because what you can do, you can always go and say create a layer. So layer and new layer, click OK, and now you can add your gradient. And I'm just going to add a gradient like that. Now of course there's going to be this area of transparency here. You can see that over here in the layers. But what you can do, you can then duplicate this layer. So hold down the Alt or Option key to duplicate it. And you've got your design there. And duplicate it, duplicate it, duplicate it, and so on and so on. So you've got a very quick, and of course if you have actually got any gaps there, you can always just quickly use the distribution. So they're all equal. So you've got a nice design like that. Now I would love to see Photoshop had with the gradient tool just to be able to click on there and just say put a repeat feature. So it should just repeat. Quite a lot of applications have got that repeat feature. I do not know why they haven't got it in here. However, once you've got your repeat design here, and you can see now you've got all those, what you can do, you can always go to Layer, and you can go to Smart Objects, Convert to Smart Object. I always love Smart Objects. So you can always go to, say, edit and transform, maybe use warp, and you can warp design. Now, of course, as you do this, it will stretch the gradient out. You're going to have some band in there. It's just unfortunate that that's just, but you can see you can create some interesting gradient designs by just moving that in like that. Obviously you can squeeze it too far and it will crunch in, but you can just vary it, distort it, and create like very three-dimensional like designs. Very quick and easy. Also, of course, you can use, as it's a smart object, you can also use filters. So you can go to filters and liquify. And then in liquify, you can just change the size of the brush. And you've got this repeat design, which you can then warp and distort. And create a nice sort of wavy design. Sort of. Click OK. Okay, it's not the world's greatest track. In fact, would be a very unusual track. But you can see you can just do a whole range. And of course, once you've got your design here, you've got your design there, you can always hold the Alt or Option key again, down, and repeat it again. So you can always create additional copies of your design. Now, if you go, let's just go back to the gradient tool. And again, what you can do, you've got this one as well. You've got reflective as well, but you've got, say, the diamond one. And again, you can just quickly drag out there and you can see you can create a diamond design using exactly the same repeat approach. And you can judge it sort of how far you need to go. And you can see you can create all kinds of designs like that. Or maybe go at 45 degrees, hold down the shift, makes it easy, and just release and make a square design. And again, you've got your repeat design there of your gradient. And again, unfortunately, it does stretch out. Layer and new and layer. Click OK. And again, just quickly drag out 45 degrees. You've got your design there. Now what you can do, you can go to layer and you can turn that into a smart object. So smart object, convert to smart object, and then you can resize it and duplicate it. So hold down the Alt or Option key, resize, hold down the shift, whatever. Press done. And you've got another copy there. And again, hold down the shift. Or not. Oops. Probably best not to hold shift down at this point. Because unfortunately, and it depends on how you've set it up in your preferences. Whether you have, it's just the way they've changed it. So sometimes I still think shift. No, it's not. It's the other way around now. Again, hold down the Alt or Option key and duplicate that. And you've got that design there. So you can create all kinds of different designs. And of course, what you can then do, you can go to layer and you can turn around to smart objects and convert smart objects for that as well. And of course, once you've got your smart object design, you can always duplicate it. So you can fill the screen with a load of sort of repeat gradients, very quick and easy, using the Alt or Option key. Oh, hope you found this tutorial of interest. Always add new tutorials all the time. A like or dislike, always appreciated. Thank you much.